right, Saturday, September 21st. It is actually youth season opener here in Iowa. We're all super excited for hunting season to be kicking off here. Today I'm down here at the office, as you can tell, putting together my desk and still a work in progress. Got to get a chair and whatnot. But myself, Rye, and Dave will be working out of here going forward, and it's going to be really exciting doing that. We've all worked remotely up to this point, and so just getting to work together with not only good coworkers but good buddies at the end of the day will be a lot of fun. So, little update for me. This past week I was actually just taking some vacation time. I went up to Winona, Minnesota with my girlfriend, spent some time up there hiking around, doing some fun stuff, and then went to Columbus to visit my family and friends and whatnot. Spent some time on a buddy's farm, doing a little bit of prep, and just overall enjoying this time of year and getting to see those guys before the fall kicks off. I did have one really good buck show back up on the public. Had him show up and he looks great. He's one I know from last year, and really excited to hopefully get some eyes on him at some point during the season. But that's really gonna be it for me as far as an update. Like I said, was just traveling and everything last week. But on this week's episode, just gonna follow along with Rye. He was busy all week getting some last minute projects done. He actually today made it out to one of his new permission farms and checked out some new areas, got some cameras hung, moved his cameras onto some fall locations, scrapes and whatnot. So excited to see what that farm does for him. It's really exciting stuff to follow along with, and hope you guys enjoy the episode.
So you see we're doing these hot fences around the tree planting. This is a piece of property Mike also set me up with this owner, much like the other one, and just again doing a little work in exchange for hunting permission. We've got 3 fences around these tree plantings. This one we did the other day, and he only had 4-foot T-posts at the time, so the deer have been jumping in and out of it. So I actually have a funny little video on a security camera from it. But we've got 2 others we're doing. We just switched out all the T-posts for 6-footers, pushed them with a skid loader, said bang them in. Would recommend that every day of the week. Thankfully he has a skid loader up here, so that's what we're doing this morning. It is September the 14th, I believe. Yesterday was Friday the 13th. So got my coffee and get some work done, I reckon.
That's pretty cool. And then you store the white things. Makes sense.
I went and switched the channel on the home camera so we can start getting the pictures sent to us. And I pulled one card while I was over there. We have 2 pictures of this. And I mean, this is the other picture. So he's just walking in front of the camera, but it's hard to tell the way his neck snaked out, like maturity, but it does look young, but that would also be my biggest deer. So short 2s, splits on each 3. Looks like a long 4, and just a 6x6, I'm guessing. He might be a 6x5. He's got good mass.
He does.
I don't know.
He even has like a split right there.
Yeah, he's got splits on both of them.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Gosh.
I can see the south plot over there. These deer walk through this willow thicket when they're coming out of the peninsula, so we get a little bit higher level. And also no movement, just higher movement too. And kids in there.
It's all a fresh farm.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna end on that portion with it burning. And then that would go into the sponsor reel to me. And then
Give the old project a save. About 12 o'clock. gonna get me some sleep. I get up around 5. Maybe Dave will make me coffee since he made me steak dinner tonight. Oh man, that's the plan. Good night. You see they're taking corn out everywhere. I saw that yesterday coming home from the office. A person. But Dave and I, good morning Dave.
Morning.
We just left my house. It's about 6:30. Slipping over to this 90-acre permission farm that we have talked about so far this year. We got rain coming tomorrow, and I only have a couple hours this morning, but we need to get cameras on the other side of the river. And I have not obtained a northerly access yet, so we are jetting over there this morning. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's early. I didn't have coffee, didn't have breakfast.
Let's get her done. No energy.
Yeah, that's all right. Abby will make breakfast when we get home. She'll probably be at the grocery store. We'll have to do it ourselves.
I got a Casey's slice and I'm good.
Got a Casey's slice. That's why you were late this morning. Stopped at Casey's and didn't even offer me
I needed
any
gas
breakfast.
too. I needed
Needed gas. Oh, gas, huh? 1,600 milligrams. August, September 21st.
You a little cold
What
this
is
morning
today?
or what?
I'm always cold in the morning, man. I don't know what it is. I just like my body just don't wake up right away. I don't think I am gonna wear my sweater though, because that'll be getting ditched as soon as we get out there. Now the question is, did I bring my treehouse 38? Because I wasn't thinking this morning. I don't think I did. So. How many cameras can we get in a treehouse 9? Oh yeah. So the reason that we are kind of making this push today, as you guys heard earlier, I jumped out here to get the cell camera fixed one day this week and had a picture of a freaking nice deer. And I only have a couple cameras out on this farm. And really we're just gonna get these cameras moved to scrapes and these cameras put on the north side of the farm across the river, and just try and figure out if this deer is in the area. We got one picture of him, and then the cell camera sent all the pictures from the area. It was the only picture of him. So it's not like, kind of in a different situation than Josh, right? So Josh with that deer, he's thinking like, that deer lives there. How does he go in, do work, have a plan, move into the early season without bumping the deer off the property? For me, it's the opposite. It's like full dive in, 1 day, 2 days, however long it takes, get everything done and don't worry so much about it. So that's kind of the strategy we're doing today, more or less. Our cameras were just in spots for deer movement in the summer. Now we're gonna move them and maximize the areas we're covering across the farm. There you go. That's what we're doing today. It's not very often I have to like loosen straps like that. Got some strap give. I love it. Let's think of the big guys. I think I want to have a camera in that corner, but that'll be the last one we'll put up. This is a little more difficult to figure out. Could run one here or one up here. That creek comes up and it's going to push all the movement kind of up this way. I think there's probably going to be some sort of creek crossing around here. It was pretty deep last time. I don't know what it looks like now, but either 1 or 2 cameras over here. Again, I think these spots close to the truck we'll just do on the way back. And I like something in this area. The property line runs across here, but just the way it kind of folds, I imagine there's some kind of creek crossing here, much like we found over here. And ideally, I'd like to get a camera back in there. So that would be 1, 2, 3. So take 3 backpacks. I don't think we need more than 3 cameras on that side, especially if you get good scrapes started or find some old scrapes. Let's hammer down. Quick trip. Love some wet corn in the morning. This is one thing I'll say. With field edges that are super grown up, it is much easier just to cut through the rows with corn. I mean, I'm 6'3", 280, and I can do it. Saves a little bit of time, keeps you from being covered in pollen and stuff. You're not sneezing, not a mess, not getting frustrated, tripping over stuff. It's something I do. I'm not gonna say corn is the best, but you know, better than the field edge. How can you not love this stuff? I mean, uh-oh. All right, we're good. Basically, up here is where that ditch ties in. And I think we'll just wrap that corner and follow that creek. It's probably pretty dry right now, judging from the river. This river stays low. I mean, like, to come in and hunt this, that being low makes all the difference in the world. Danger zone. It's a bunch of like twisted maples, but if you could have a setup like in the evening and then just with a northwest wind just dump back down to this creek. I don't really know what kind of move you're on. There's a good crossing right there. Crossing, save. I'm not gonna make it. Athlete. The north wind is going to blow us back over the creek. So theoretically, your north wind cruising spot is going to be on the river edge. It's probably where we're going to put the camera. We might put another one up here too. But let's just see what the trails look like over here. Camera on that tree. Given all the coons that we just saw, we're gonna go with the metal cable. This is something that I tried in some of the scrapes on that first office video we did, and I just put it in the dirt and then just a little bit on the branches, but it worked really well. The one difference I've noticed, and this is the Evercalm from Conquest Scents, right? So designed to be like a calming scent for the deer. And the one thing I've noticed with the scrapes, specifically on our farm, is there's been a lot more does that come to it pretty frequently. So, and does mean bucks. So not that the bucks haven't hit it. We actually had a pretty good deer show up this morning over there. I originally thought he was a 4-year-old, but looking at the pictures this morning, big old mature 8 point. So this is what I do. I'll just take a little bit of that and just get it down in the scrape, and it almost is like a time release that way. And like maybe if a buck isn't here for a couple days, if obviously with that one buck, and there hasn't been a ton of bucks on camera, but they are using the property to an extent, so who knows when their next trip will be, but we will be ready. So here's the idea: put a camera out, make a mock scrape, deer walks in, hits the scrape, picture taken. Sounds like a plan to me. So I'm gonna move this camera icon real quick just to where we are and rename it 007 and turn it blue. The red is basically proposed cameras for me, blue is active cameras. But basically what we did, we walked up this. I wanted to get here because you can see, so I'm thinking a fair amount of that deer movement's going to get pinched up above it. Now the one thing is there's 2 crossings right here that were pretty nice crossings, so they might just come across the middle. We'll see, we can adjust if necessary. But the other idea is like find a crossing down here somewhere. So when I think about this, like north wind, if we have does bed in here, the buck's going to cruise along the river edge. South wind is going to be the opposite, they'd be up here. So we just left, and if I'd have walked like 3 feet farther, that nice trail I was looking for that comes across east to west across the top of this is right here. And Dave, if you turn around, show them where the scraped is. That'll do. So all these trees are so big, dude. You're getting that, but that's kind of dead at the top, maybe not. Scrape here last year. I mean, that would be our north wind camera. I think it's a good trail. Let's go and throw it here. All right, and then we'll just make the loop because there's a camera on the backside I'd like to fix. So if we do that now, we can just cross the creek on the other side of the property and fix that camera on the way back. Block 8. Getting rain tomorrow. Clear all the sun away. Be all right. Strobe power medium, aspect full. Okay, good. Because with full, it's a 4x3 image. And with this being so close to the camera where the scrape is and it's kind of pointing downhill, I want to have the extra room on top. That creates more of an image on top. Wide is the other option. That gives you a 16:9 photo. Generally, I run my cameras on that because as a video editor, 16:9, it fits in the frame perfectly. So, but in this situation, it has the purpose, and I think is what we're going to run here. So we're going to let her rip. Dave ruined my shot. And we could activate that scrape, fix this camera, and add that camera here on the crossings. Let's do that. It's gonna save us a little time. Watch the stuff, it's fine. See that?
No.
There's a bike lock on that tree.
You bring that e-bike back in here and nobody will feel it.
Yeah, put it right next to the tree stand. I'm gonna get in that oak. Golly, I mean, you gotta get up there, up there. I wonder if I can get them to start scraping on that oak right there. We are getting to one of my favorite spots on the farm. On the main show, when I first came out on this farm, this spot where 3 ditches come together, all these inside corners come together. There's one over my shoulder here and another one on the other side. It's a spot to me that looks like we should have a stand already, to be honest with you, but a little behind. But I'm gonna get a camera in here and I am going to, getting a little dark on you. Let me adjust that. Better. You can see over my shoulder, everything just kind of dumps off behind me. And funny story, so we found that camera when we were out here the first time. It's actually Mike's camera from 2017, I think. So if we can get that off the tree, it's in a lockbox. We might take that with us, but let's take a look what it looks like. So you can see I'm inclining down. This is the first ditch that comes up. We'll jump in that ditch. Walk up here to the center of it. You can kind of see one ditch comes from that way, right up there. And there's another ditch that shoots off this way. Then you have this, boom, point of confluence. Field 1 corner, field 2 corner, and field 3 corner. So I'm just going to do a slow 360 pan of, gotta stop, how the spot looks, and really just like the confluence of everything is in this point. I think you could hunt other sides of it and be successful, but I think we're going to talk about maximizing your chances in the stand. This is probably one of the best locations that I've ever found, and Mike found it first. So, super exciting. Oh, spot focus is on. Gotta change that. Super exciting. I'm gonna get a scrape in here somewhere. Honestly, right over my shoulder right here might be the best spot, but we're gonna look around for a minute, and hopefully this week I have a buck on camera here. I think I will. It's that good of a spot. Bingo. The bike lock from earlier was for Mike's camera. I need to bring some bolt cutters and get that, but that's kind of neat. I mean, this is, you turn around, Dave, and show them where the camera is in relation to Mike's old camera. Great minds think alike, huh? But that bike lock we found earlier is probably one of Mike's old cameras too. So that wraps up what we're doing today on this farm. We gotta get back to the house. I'm already so late for today with what we got going on, but we've got a couple other farms we're gonna be doing the same thing on throughout the week. Gavin's back in town, as you guys saw at the front of the video, and he's got some stuff that he's gonna be doing throughout the week. I think he's putting some trail cameras up. I think he's putting some tree stands up. They both start with T. See how I get confused? But on the public this week, it's within that window where you can legally put them out on the public. Now, if you guys didn't know, 7 days before season is the maximum that you can put a tree stand on public land in Iowa. So useful tip if you hunt public out here. As far as that, I'm excited. We've got the farm going. We've got the one picture of the big buck. Hopefully we start to get some more of them, or maybe we find another deer with these extra cameras out and we can start making a game plan going in October 1st. I'm excited. The season's here, and I'm gonna get back to the truck and go home and edit this video. We'll catch you guys next week. We bumped that deer out of his bed in the peninsula. That's that 9 I was talking about when we were going back in there. This is that mature 8 that we've been getting on camera. Gosh, look at the body on that thing, man. Gosh, that 8, man, he's like 100 110 inches, but golly, did you see that body? That's my problem, man, is like, I get so jacked up with mature deer, like I would, don't test me. Don't test me.